Tomorrow never dies. I've been on some classic suit and tie like some James Bond shit. A gentleman, but don't mistake my sentiment. Really, I'm a shooter. World in my hands, I'm on a mission.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to another live reaction of me looking at Tommy going live on Kick, and hopefully we can have a logical conversation about what the fuck going on with you dumbass trolls. Let's go.
To be white supremacy online. You ain't gonna slap it. You ain't gonna go around slap no white folks, but you gonna slap a black man because he be cooning online?
Facts.
Fine. I work for the white man. I said, sure do. White man pay me well. Love you. Why is it that they talk like their mothers? How many of y'all have noticed black men talk like black women?
Yep.
You have a discussion with a black man, he will say everything a black woman would say.
Yep.
Why would a black man tell me that white people don't love me, that watch me and pay me to coon? When the white people who pay you to bag shit at the grocery store don't love you either. They just pay you to bag. When white people who work at Pep Boys, when you work at Pep Boys, they just pay you to change their damn tires and go find them a battery. They don't love you either. Why would you even use "don't love me" as a caveat for me to stop and say, well, I might need to rethink what I'm doing because white folks might pay me, but they don't love me. Ain't now one of y'all ever told one of these black ass hoes that. These hoes out here selling pussy. And ain't now one of y'all told them the nigga that bought that pussy don't love you. He don't love you though. Ain't none of y'all said that. Not once. Your ass go to work at Walmart every day. None of the Waltons love you. I guarantee you they don't. You work at Popeyes. I guarantee you Pop or Eyes don't love you. Olive Oil or Brutus either. You just say dumb shit because you niggas are stupid. And there's a reason why niggas are at the bottom of every fucking thing. Because niggas are dumb. Niggas are the dumbest people on earth. You can't have a conversation with them goofy sons of bitches. They giggle and play all the damn time. You can't get a nigga to have a serious conversation. A nigga just a dummy. That's why when I was watching the shit about NASA today, guess who I didn't see? Niggas. And guess what I really didn't see? Black women. Because them motherfuckers don't want no drama. They want to figure something out. They don't want a bitch up there talk about some math is racist because she couldn't figure out the problem. You just hate white women. That's why we didn't land on Mars. No, I don't think that is what it is. You just hate black women. You hate yourself. You hate your mama. Dumbass shit. And you black men sit up here and argue for this stupid bitch who could give a shit less what you do. Have this black bitch went around arguing at any point in time for the fact that, and let me just make sure we got this straight. None of the damn Disney princesses had black men. Have you seen black bitches say they gonna boycott this shit for not bringing their black men along?
Facts.
Have this ever happened?
None.
Did black women boycott Scandal because she didn't have a black man?
Nope.
No, it hasn't. Black women have never stopped doing what they were doing for you, black men. They've never done it. They don't give a shit. When Josephine Baker was fucking them white men, were they caring about the fact that you would get killed if you tried to fuck one? Did they ever stop and say, we can't fuck these white men because if one of our black entertainers got laid up with one of these white women, they get killed? Did it stop them? Did it stop Eartha Kitt from fucking them white men?
So, nope.
Did it stop any of those black women, those black female celebrities, knew that black men couldn't even eat at the lunch counters? Y'all don't hear me. They knew that you were being oppressed, killed and blackballed, couldn't work. Matter of fact, back then they wouldn't even allow black men to put their faces on their albums.
Damn, I ain't know
And them
that.
pussy niggas over in that other show wouldn't let me have this conversation because they just trying to fuck. And these stupid black bitches will fuck any nigga that sit up there and tell them they're queen.
Yep.
And then since you want to use the they don't love you though, all you niggas over there that's sipping for them damn women, guess who they fucking? Niggas who ain't shit.
Yep.
Thug niggas. They ain't giving none of y'all no damn pussy. All y'all niggas over there wanting to fight me over women you ain't never even seen. All you seen was an avatar, dummy.
And they be gone.
Fight me over bitch you've never seen.
And they be gone.
Then I'm sitting up here trying to hold just a regular conversation with these stupid sons of bitch. Well, you just on Uncle Ruckus. You old. God, dog.
Right. Like, man, y'all lame.
Black folks. Said that they're calling 47-year-old people old while they keep on talking to them. 47. 47.
I know that chick that would have me, bro.
Now, maybe the people I was talking to was 20. So then, yes, I'm old. Maybe they was 30. I'm still old. But shouldn't you be calling me wrong, not old? And I'm telling y'all at least, and then the black bitch just kept speaking up. I mean, you're older. You're supposed to be giving us knowledge. How can somebody give y'all stupid motherfuckers knowledge when you argue any knowledge you get?
Right. Because it don't make them feel good.
A nigga is so averse to knowledge. If you try to give black people some knowledge, these fuckers.
Only knowledge that they really want is the knowledge of hate, bro. They want to keep holding on to some shit that they can never get back. You ain't getting no reparations. You ain't getting nothing. Time to move on. You can argue all this all day. And they ain't gonna nothing but use it to get black voters when it's time to vote for a president. Oh yeah, I make sure black people get their reparation. Oh, people gonna be going crazy. Like, oh, he gonna give us our reparation because he said it. He said he gonna do it. Man, you know he not gonna get nothing right. But he said it though. It don't matter. He not gonna do it. And these motherfuckers will fight your ass tooth and nails for that shit, bro. Like, dang.
Elementary. That I said she was the LeBron James principal. The truth is, the LeBron James principal was a black woman. And do you know what happened to this black woman? She got fired. Do you know why she got fired? She slapped a boy in the mouth.
Damn.
That was a story I wrote and put it on the was supposed to be putting on the website. I have it written. I've been writing like 9 stories today. I just gotta publish them. But that was one of the stories. The woman who's the principal got fired because she slapped a boy in the mouth.
Damn, that's crazy.
And she resigned before she could get fired because, well, her lawyer told her, once you admitted that you hit the boy in the mouth, that's an assault.
Basically.
You're gonna have a problem, so don't say anything else.
Yeah. So for a
So
lawyer.
that's the true story. I was just joking putting up that picture saying that Abbott's
So if the lawyer didn't advise her not to say shit no more, she would have kept going. Like, so I can do what I want to do because I'm a black queen. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
It makes no sense that as a black man, you'll be telling people facts. I was telling them that while Emmett Till was getting murdered, the black woman was going to the Supreme Court to marry a white man.
Man, they knew that shit, Tommy, man. It just, you crushed them with that. It's like, that's the fatality. Like, psh, nigga, it's over. Once he said that, it's like, well, damn. Yeah. Nah, they couldn't look like lames in front of those chicks because they ain't agree with it. Even though them chicks gonna agree with it, and they'll fuck Tommy before they'll fuck them. At least Tommy keeping that shit G, and they know that shit. Like, well, he ain't trying to fuck, so I know he coming on some real shit.
Thanking a white man for making a black woman a princess. Hasn't she always been a princess? Aren't there kingdoms right now in Africa where black women still get to be princesses? So why are you big up in a white kingdom?
Because
None
that's
of y'all
where they
black
want
men
to
found that
be at,
strange?
man.
None of y'all black men found that odd that black women were just jumping up and down.
That's where they really want to be at, man. On dating statistics, black women chooses to be with they pick white men first.
So they will use you. And most of the time they hate us because they can't have who they want. So the fact that you're there reminds them every day of they didn't want you there. You're not who they want. And that's why they treat us like shit. That's why they talk to you like you ain't shit. That's why they refer to their men as niggas.
And boys.
They don't even refer to, how they gonna say you kings when you hear, let me ask y'all this question. Have you heard black women refer to black men as kings or niggas?
Niggas.
Which one have you heard the most? Black women,
niggas and boys.
Kings or niggas? Because I've heard them referred to as niggas way more than they've ever been referred to as kings or queens. But common sense would say, why do these people get up to argue for a group of people who would never argue for them? That woman who was married and has a black kid.
And there go march and say, hands up, don't shoot, when a white person do kill one of them. You don't see none of the females attacking the dude. The first thing they gonna say is, he killed the black dude. But when they killed Brianna, ain't no black woman do nothing but go tear up some black shit. It's like, man, these motherfuckers just want to sit around and complain, bro. These are ones that's lost. They just going where the wind blow.
She said,
if it ain't race related, they really don't give a fuck about it.
With a black husband and a black child, and her post said, ain't nothing as beautiful as a black woman. What the fuck? How many of y'all black men have ever seen a black man post a picture up talking about there's nothing better than a black man, and he got a wife and children with a black woman? He's got a black wife and black children, but he posting about himself.
These bitches aren't.
Black women don't care about black men. They just don't. They don't give a fuck about black men. They give a fuck about themselves. They use us, and if anybody else wants them, they'll run.
Facts.
I was talking about the music until I realized, wait a minute, black women been nasty bitches since the phonograph.
Right. You gotta go back in the 60s and 70s.
Nasty as fuck.
They were still selling pussy.
All of y'all have heard some songs of black women talking about fucking sex from the 40s, 30s, 20s.
Yep.
Being just disgusting.
Way before rap music happened.
That woman say, I got nipples on my titties, big as my thumb. Said something wet between her leg that make a dead man come. Oh, baby.
Who the fuck said that?
It was 1930.
That's wild. Who the fuck said that?
1930. All it seemed like they can rap about and talk about and sing about is they pussy.
That's crazy.
Leon said he had a disagreement, but he was sleeping yesterday. Well, you can bring your punk ass on up here and disagree with me. Thank you for getting the cash. You can come up here. All y'all who are watching on Rumble, all 14 of y'all who over there watching, apparently because only 14 people watching me.
Hey, this shit
crazy. We just make up shit as we go. Nothing wrong with that. Let's just lie. Mr. Fantastic, he had his hands up. Go ahead.
Yo, what up, bro? What's going on?
Oh shit.
Yeah, he loud.
You might just real loud, but go ahead.
My bad. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know the
hey, man,
she said she would suck your dick till she make you shit. I don't want no head. I don't want no head like that, man. I cried when
So you listen to the whole song.
Yeah, like yeah, man. I actually made a video about that shit. I heard that because I was like, it's crazy when you say you really go back and like I guess we put like historical references to it, man. It's just like it's always been hypersexual, but it's been the black man that's got the excuse about all y'all want to worry about is sex and all y'all want to do is fuck and all these other things. But lo and behold, like you said, even when black women had the opportunity before black men did, they were talking about like the most just what the old folks say raunchy. They were like raunchy as hell. It's just crazy.
Yep.
And when you reference I remember you covering this and we covered it too about the whole they was calling her one of the Princess and the Frog or something, right? Princess Tiana from the thing. And black women were so embarrassing that they had to retract that story. I believe it was either Ebony or Essence or somebody like that. They pressed the story right, and they was doing all this stuff. And then Meghan Markle came out and embarrassed black women because she said first of all she don't identify as black, even though her mother is a
Wow.
black woman. But she said she didn't identify as black, and she was doing all these things to where black women were just praising this white boy, praising this white boy, praising this white boy. We seen the same thing happen with Serena and
Yeah.
that
But they
dude.
don't want to talk
They try to
about
always
that.
make it seem like y'all are jealous and y'all are this. It's like, bro, black men do not care.
They don't want to talk about that though.
It's just like, but when you pull us into some shit and then we start responding, oh, you niggas is worried. No, we're not worried, but y'all put us in it. So now we got to talk about it. Y'all just try to gaslight and
Fact.
make it seem like we really pressed about who y'all dealing with when we actually know the numbers. Black women are the least, again, and this ain't a diss or whatever. This is just statistically proven. Black women have the worst outcome interracially dating. No men take you guys serious as far as long-term relationships or even sexual. And it's just crazy. Like you said, how we always come up somehow. We got dragged into this shit with the tea people. Old girl, my bad. Old boy talking about he had to save um black men from whooping their ass. And like, you a black man. I mean, you went out and bought some titties, but you are a black man, sir. So I mean, you're not really saying nothing special. But it's crazy how we always get blamed for shit, man. No matter what we do, in the process.
We are
Well, I just
so
always look at this idea of going to
yeah, we are. They are so intelligently dishonest. Yeah, it's like if it don't make them feel good, bro, it's like they logic brain cells just shut down. Like phew, that ain't make me feel good, even though I know it's the truth, but it don't make me feel good, so it don't matter. They might as well start saying that. At least people respect it.
understand that at all. These are grown ass men. Man, so you don't like sisters? You don't like sisters? And nigga, if you do, why you haven't married one?
Facts.
What that got to do with anything? Well, I mean, if you like them, wouldn't you marry one? I mean,
Right.
you on here wanting to fight me over?
Right.
Oh, you just
Ready.
want to? Well, I don't
Ready to shoot you over one, but won't marry one though.
married one.
Well, no,
Pump
you are
them
right
up
about
with
that.
kids, but won't marry them though.
No,
No,
niggas
yes,
definitely
yes, I know.
dishwatch niggas. That's weird. That's super weird.
But they
Super
do it.
duper
Like
weird.
that's what I'm saying. They do it online. That's why I was asking, why do these black men simp for black women when black women don't do the same for them? They got
Facts.
whole divester movements, and these black men have to sit there and watch it. They
Right.
calling you
That's
bullet
crazy.
bags. These are your sons. Isn't that their logic?
Yep.
You're calling your
Your
sons, your
grandsons.
nephews, your uncles
Right.
bullet bags. Nobody stops them from doing that. No one brings up that they're black men in your family. Are they bullet bags?
Yep.
But as soon as a black man says something, your mama black, you hate yourself. You call a man a bullet bag. And this is a
Yep.
thing. And
Black
ain't none of
women
y'all tried to
do.
get them deleted,
Who
flag
like
them
dating
down.
outside the
Why not?
race?
Because like you
The
said,
most
men are
disloyal
going around.
race.
Men believe that these women can say what the fuck they want.
Them divestors are the most disloyal people ever. But we supposed to put our life on the line for them. Man, you crazy as fuck.
Boom. Go ahead, hot boy. Hot boy.
Get on fire.
You got your hand up, hot boy.
a hot boy on
Can
fire.
you hear me?
I can now.
All right, thank you, Tommy. I'm a longtime fan. You recognize me by many names, but I'm Hot Boy Cliff on X, not Twitter. But I just wanted to point out as far as the election and the government goes, remember when Trump was running and he said he wanted to erect a wall to keep all the illegals out, and how black women came out in droves in support of illegal aliens and, calling Trump a racist and stuff? Because, like, most of the people that got Trump out of office was black women. Remember Chicago, they were doing from the polls to the polls, and in Atlanta, the strippers would
Yes, it
No,
was
the fuck they
disgusting
did.
shit. Think about it. It was disgusting as fuck. Go ahead.
Yeah, and in Atlanta, the strippers would give you a lap dance if you promised to vote for Biden. And now,
Wow.
recently, there's a story about Chicago there because Governor Abbott in
They don't want
Texas, he's
the
sending all the
illegals
illegal
there.
immigrants to New York and Chicago and all those northern states that claim to be sanctuary cities.
They don't want them
And now
there.
they're complaining because the illegal immigrants are
Facts.
overrunning and disrespecting the shit out of the black people, including the black women that think they're special to all the other races, as is the topic.
Remember,
And
y'all
the
need
illegal
us.
aliens, they don't speak any English. They're in the hotel. They're trying to fight the hood rats. They're getting all the Section 8. They're getting all the benefits. And nobody is saying anything about how black women went from being, loving Hispanics so much
Till they
to
hating them.
being replaced by the Hispanics. And that, to connect that to your topic, that is an example.
They exactly what they gonna be like. Man, all the Mexicans taking all the jobs. Well, y'all voted them motherfuckers to come over here. What you thought was gonna happen?
It's been,
Back to
it's
you,
been that
Tommy.
way. Black men have to pay for the fact that black women aren't wanted by somebody else.
Basically,
We have to pay for it. Black woman to go fuck around on you, fuck around with somebody else. If it don't work with her and that somebody else, she'll take it out on you.
facts.
You'll be the bad guy.
Hey Tommy, it's Dirk. I just wanted to bring up a point. Do you remember whenever Chadwick Boseman died? Whenever he died, there was they came out of the woodwork like hyenas. Black women on Twitter were I would look in the comments just to see if there's anything funny. The amount of times that they said that he died from AIDS, it had to have been over 1,000.
I agree. They said that when they first saw him. You remember when he did? I think he did he had to do a promotion, and when he did the promotion, he put up a TikTok and an Instagram video, and the first thing they said was he had AIDS.
Man, that's crazy.
They talked about that man like he wasn't shit, but then once it came out that he had cancer, oh, he was a great black king, and sorry we lost our black king, and
Oh, he must be talking
different
about
conversation.
that one African dude who played in
Same thing with
Wakanda.
Jamie Foxx. Now Jamie Foxx is
A
a
clone,
clone, and he
right?
fucked around got a movie about clone.
Yeah, that's all promotion.
Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, that movie was fire too. I saw that earlier today. They cloned Tyrone. Have you seen it?
No, I didn't see it. So you said it was
Yeah,
good?
I seen that shit was.
That shit is fire.
Yeah, they
That shit is good, Tommy. You
Mate.
got to check it out, man.
and
It's a good performance by Jamie Foxx. He plays a pimp. Yeah, he plays a pimp, and it's pretty good.
He plays a pimp.
and man, it's more than that. It's deeper than
He
that.
plays a pimp, and it's a lot of gunplay in there. There's no
Oh man,
LGBTQ
he ain't
material
getting.
in there, so yeah, it's good. It's good stuff for like hardcore real men like yourself and I. You feel me?
Nah, bro. It's
I don't
about
know if I'm a pimp
conspiracy
kind of guy,
theories,
though.
bruh.
I'm
And,
not a pimp kind of guy. I don't know. To me,
and
it sounds like black
they
exploitation.
basically showing people
Nah,
how
not when Jamie Foxx
government
does it, because
secret
what I'm saying,
governments
he done
control the
retained his
black
class
community.
and
That's
his
what the fuck is
status
about.
for decades. So if he does it, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? He was Django, not the other dude that Samuel L. Jackson played, Jamie Foxx got respect. So when he does something, you understand that it's acting and it's not,
Wait a
stereotyping or.
minute. So wait a minute. So you saying Samuel Jackson? People hate Samuel Jackson, and you got to
That
mute
role
yourself when
he
you stop
played
talking
in
because I'm getting a lot of
Django.
feedback.
All right, got you. But not that role in Django. You know what I'm saying? The role that Samuel Jackson played in Django that's what they compare you to. I don't think so. I think you're a great, intelligent, and wise man. But
No,
that's
I'm
how
saying,
they
but they don't take
I
they
perceive
think
don't
you.
take it
you're
out on
an
Samuel Jackson.
intelligent, wise man. That boy on those shrooms.
Nah, they take it out on you.
No, I'm saying, because you said Jamie get respects as an actor, not that other guy who played the other character.
No, yeah, well, that too. But when Jamie plays something like a pimp or he portrays black men in a derogatory way, it's okay because that's Jamie. But if anybody else does it, I mean, for me it is. But if anybody else does it,
No, I
it's
gotta
worth
I
looking
gotta judge
into.
him the same. I can't have respect the person.
So you ain't respecting Jamie Foxx because he played a pimp.
No. I didn't say I disrespect him. I'm saying like the role. I wouldn't. I would have to see what
That
the role
means
is.
he
I would say this:
he had a
the role
crossroad
was called for
for his
for
career.
Samuel
He
Jackson to
already
Hold
do
did
in
on.
that
the
movie.
tranny
That the
with
role was
Living
called for.
Color. Now he playing the pimp. Next
So
he gonna be
so
playing the
do
dope
you
fiend.
uh do you give Samuel Jackson a pass for portraying that type of character?
No, he said if that was what the character called for, then that's what he played. You got to think about it. If you had to have a Jamie Foxx, he has to have an antithesis. He had to have something that's opposite him, right? Just like in movies where you have a good guy and a bad guy, they usually have something in common. They're complete opposite. Like the thing that is in
That,
common, he's good at this, he's not good at this. This is it makes it to where the battle at the end of it, that's what you want. You want to see the guy with the white hat face the guy with the black hat.
well, there's really this movie is kind of like an endeavor of art. It doesn't go the typical way that a movie goes with the climax and the showdown between the good guy and the bad guy. The good guy is the bad guy. It's about cloning. The person who's doing the wrong things is also the person who's the victim. And it's a great movie. It's very artistic. It's not the typical movie that you can plan where it's going. There's a lot of twists and turns. It's about cloning after all. And they don't just clone Tyrone. In fact, you never see Tyrone until the end of the movie. The main character is called Fontaine, but it's a great movie. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But as far as black men simping for black women, I could disagree with you. I think we should simp for them a little bit, but
Why do you think we should send
by
for it?
because it's just natural, in nature, the man has to protect, in all of nature, the male lion has to protect the female lion, the male dog protects the female dog, and we're being unnatural if we don't protect our women. A little bit.
No. What I'm saying is they are doing things and black women are not reciprocating. They are going around like today. It was so many black men who said, I never fuck a white bitch. That's disgusting. They're only saying that to make those black women who were sitting there watching the show feel good about hearing it. Because there was no reason that a man should have to say that to somebody. You don't hear people sitting around. Think about it. What other race of people do you hear them just yelling that to their mate? They don't need to say this. It would have to come up. There was no reason.
Yeah, they ain't capping. A white bitch, especially if she look good and she a real woman, ready to suck on my man, them niggas be like, nah, I gotta think about my black queens. And it might be just one out there who would be a jackass, be like, yeah, I said it before. Like that make up for every black dude that's gonna do that. Get out of here.
necessarily true because there's the what's this guy's name? The quarterback. He's having beef with his wife right now, and also let's not forget about Steven
No.
Crowder.
What quarterback? Yeah, you can't just say that guy the quarterback and then move on. What guy? And what's the beef?
He's in the middle of a divorce. His wife
What's
is
his
suing
name?
him and stuff. I don't remember. I'm not a big.
He's in the
sports
middle
guy,
of a
to be
divorce,
honest
and
with
what's
you.
going on?
His wife is suing him. It's all over social media, and she's getting $1 million out
She's
of
suing
him.
him for what?
You know, infidelity. Not infidelity. Infidelity. Apparently, he cheated on her, or he looked at some other woman.
Okay.
and
So
now she's
how does
gonna-
that disagree with what I just said? When I said men of other races, then when they sowing their wild oats, which means they're fucking around before they get married. That's what that means. The
Okay,
women don't
okay,
ask them who
before
they
get
fucked
married.
around with.
Facts.
And can I add something, Tommy?
I'm still trying to let him finish it off because I want to know where he was going because he said that's not necessarily true when I said
Yeah.
other races don't ask.
Yeah, I think white females, even Latin females, I think they be harassing their men too. You know, it's not just black men who
Harassing
have to
them
answer
how?
to their women.
Harassing them how?
Like they have to answer to them. Spanish men can't come into the house any time of night
Why
without
are
giving
you
their woman
talking
an
about some?
explanation.
Sir, I specifically said this for the third time. What I did before I got with you, sowing my wild oats before I got married to you, not coming home to you. We're in a relationship now. I'm saying these men were saying, I don't fuck white women. They weren't saying, I don't fuck white women while I'm in a relationship with black women. No, they were saying, I just don't do it because I think it's disgusting. So these were single men trying to tell single women who they don't fuck. No other group of people go around doing this because they don't have to have this conversation with their women. Their women get in a relationship with them, and that's who they're in a relationship with. They don't worry about what they did. Most of the time, them white boys know them white girls done did some shit out of line, and them white girls know them white boys done did some shit out of line before they met. They know it. They're a sexual group of people, so they don't really expect somebody to be a virgin. They keep their mouth closed, and they just go with, I'm in love with you, let's move forward.
That's true. Niggas do have to explain themselves a lot.
That's all I'm saying. We
to
have
the
to explain
women.
shit that shouldn't be explained. And it ain't none of your business if I ever fucked a white woman. Think about it. That's why they go and say, you sound like you fuck white women. As if that's a fucking diss.
All right.
You don't hear any, think about it. Do you hear black men saying that to women as a diss? That woman could have just got out of a relationship with a white dude. Your black ass will still date her if she looked good enough.
Yeah.
Nah, they know you have certain characteristics. If you slept with a white woman, they know you have certain characteristics, standards, and you know what I'm saying, behaviors. And those are those behaviors that they're trying to avoid because, you know, if you sleeping with a white woman or you're even into white culture, they know you're into accountability and they're not accountable, so they're not going to get involved with that.
Yeah, but it's just a weird ass thing to have to keep answering to, and these black men are willing to answer it. That's the time to simping that I'm talking about is stupid. Andre, you're on the air. Talk to me.
Wait. Shout out to you, Tommy, and the space. Power to the people. You said that if they hang around with white people and fuck white women, that it means that they know they're more accountable and they don't like accountability. Is that what you just said?
Yes, that's what I said.
That's crazy. You give white people too much credit. This whole skin color thing, you judging people's ability to be accountable based on that is ridiculous.
Well, here I will say this: black women aren't really. I'll say this though. Hold on,
in the position.
Hold on a second, Andre. I will say this though: black women aren't really held accountable for much. They're the only people who get to go around fighting in public, and they don't even get arrested. Most people who get into a brawl will get arrested. They don't.
Well, I mean, there may be certain cultural things that you can, remark on, but to say one race, one skin color, anybody with that skin color is accountable. You got to be careful with the words. And
he's not saying everyone is. He's saying typically when you hear a black woman getting upset and say to you, he's made it specific that when a black woman says to a black man, you must date white women. He's saying those women are saying that because they don't want to be held accountable. Not black women saying it, those who say it. Because there's a lot of black women who don't say stupid shit like that. You must date white women. They wouldn't say that. They wouldn't give a fuck. If you're trying to talk to them, that's all they care about. Because that's all most people should care about.
Well, I would agree
Correct.
with that. But I definitely think, I mean, I don't disagree with either point. I think there's definitely women who in the black community need to, we need to get at we need to address some of the dysfunction. I will say that, but there's dysfunction in every group, and likewise in the white community. You know what I mean? I just thought that was very simpish, to borrow the term, to say, this undue fealty to, or credit to them.
Nah, it's all right, Andre. You could feel how you want to feel, but I mean, if you're naive if you don't jump to conclusions and use generalizations. You can't examine every single person on earth to find out their character. There are some things that are common in a certain culture, like the black culture. There are some things that are common in Spanish culture, and that's what I'm calling out. I do notice that black women are concerned about being accountable for a lot. So if you're the type of guy that would date a white woman, you're probably into white culture, which involves a
I
lot
don't
of
know, man.
accountability.
I think that's a narrative. I got to shout out to my black women. I mean, maybe it's a generational thing. There's a certain phenomenon going on right now.
That's crazy. They should have
What's
done
the
some
shout out to
better.
black women? Please tell me what that is, if you don't mind. What's the shout out to black women? What is that?
They shouting out to a
Is
bunch
that
of women
they
who
hold it down. They were
like,
accountable to their men.
They
They
hold
have to-
it
This
down.
shit
They
crazy.
hold what down?
They hold down the black community, black women, and to the extent
I
that
agree with you. They do hold us down.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
In the colloquial sense,
I agree with you. They do hold us down. We would get a lot farther if we didn't have them holding us down.
Oh man, I immediately regret that choice of words.
Look,
Andre, I got a question.
facts.
Just a question. If a black man's walking with a black woman, they're dating, and a white guy walks by and says to the woman, "Why don't you come to the light side?" Now, on the other hand, if a white guy is dating a black woman, then they're walking down the street, and a brother comes up to her and says, "Stay black." Which side will the woman jump in to fight to protect?
That white guy.
Ooh,
The black woman will jump to fight that black man for saying that to her white man
You are
before the
Yeah.
white
You are
woman.
100% right, Tom. I
Yep.
know this fact.
I've seen it happen every time. Every time a black man he would muster up enough strength to say that little slick shit. When they walk by, she jumps up and protects that white man.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've seen it many a times when a brother walks up to a sister and says, "Stay black," and she will jump down his throat.
They handle it differently. White women, the Karens, and all of these people.
Why they got? You just told that man not to generalize, and then you just generalize. Y'all niggas
right.
kill me being able to generalize white people, but saying that can't nobody generalize black women.
Right.
No.
Facts.
I take the Karen back.
They the
You're right.
simps.
But I
Time
was
to put
trying
the
to,
simps on
speak to
trial,
you
like, bro.
I didn't mention
on your
a white
terms.
woman.
They don't even
That's not
fuck
my
with them.
terms.
Y'all ain't
I'm
get.
saying
I didn't call them no hair-hatted hooligans.
Listen,
Not yet. But since
So,
we
I mean,
opened the door.
for the sake of articulation, to a certain degree, you have to be able to get to a conversation. But so we're already talking about white people and black people. I don't even agree with the generalizations on those terms, but I'm speaking to you on that in that context. So yeah. So to the extent that we're judging them, we can say how they're gonna act based on white and black. I think what you really mean is certain communities and certain cultures, whatever. But I mean, yeah, they're
Like there's a woman
There
right
is-
now. I guess her name is V Link Up. I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's listening or she's just mad at what's being posted. But she keeps
No.
tweeting about it. But I was like, I'll let her up here and talk. She said some of these men are sick. Okay, there she goes. I take back what I was saying because she's up here. Long as you ready, willing to talk.
But these
I'm
white
okay.
women, Tommy, they will make these white men accountable in all sorts of ways that we don't do it. White people, there's no magical.
Yes, and I don't beat my girl in front of the guests. I wait till they leave.
Exactly. So there is a sense.
I wait for them niggas to leave. You can tell I'm about to whoop her ass too, because I'm about to start telling y'all, hey, it's getting late. But it's just 8:30. It's getting late. Y'all need to leave.
Black folk are just like white folk in so many different ways, including how we want to discipline one another with the respective genders and so have you. So it's just a matter of socioeconomic situation to a lot of degree, how these things go down. If you go to the white, the lower income white, you see the same kind of N-word-ish behavior.
Oh no, you don't. But I'm gonna let me go. I want you to stay here. I want y'all to stay here. We gotta hold on. I want y'all. Hey. I want y'all to stay here for a second. But we got a woman up here, and the woman said that these men sick as fuck. So I'm gonna let V Link Up come talk. Go ahead, V Link Up. You have the floor.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You sound nice.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, Tommy. Thank you for bringing me up.
No problem.
I want to ask you a question, and I want you don't get offended, but I really want to know.
I won't get offended. Just ask.
Okay. What kind of relationship did you have with your own mother? Like, was it nurturing? Was she single? Was she married? Was she evil? Was she mean? What kind of relationship did you guys have, you and your mother?
Okay. I always wonder where people get their Freudian degrees from when they always ask that. It always goes back to what type of relationship you had with your mother. There are black men who had horrible relationships with their mothers and still date black women. So it's a weird question that nobody ever asked the white man, and that's why I was pointing out to you, Andre. Do you know what the white men they get asked when they decide that they don't like white women anymore? That nobody ever asked them, what happened with you and your mom? They're thinking that your mom might have had a great relationship. This is a whole new fucking generation of women that you don't want to have anything to do with. As a matter of fact, you might have had such a great relationship with your mom and you realize that these bitches are such a fall off that you want to have nothing to do with them. Why is it no one ever says that? But they keep asking because they want to pin you down. So here's what I'll do. One of the things I point out on my show is how black mothers are subpar mothers. So you're going to find more black men who've had subpar mothers than men who didn't, like the one who I put up, who he decided to go to Florida instead of Alabama, and his mom got mad. That's a subpar fucking mom, but yet he loves her to death. There's a lot of men who love their mom and their mom mistreated them. So it's a weird question to ask. My mother was a single mom, but my mom also was married from the time I was 8, and she was with the guy from the time I was 6. And she's still with the guy to this day.
Thanks.
You're really good at reverse psychology. What kind of relationship?
Ma'am, what reverse psychology did I just give? Wait a minute. I answered your question.
Was it loving? Was she mean?
I answered your question. You said, was she single? You said, was she single? Did you not?
What kind of relationship did
I asked you, did you not ask, was she single? Did you not ask me?
I asked you a lot of questions.
I know, so don't say I was reverse psychology, and you could just ask your question that I didn't answer. If I didn't answer all of it, I'll answer the rest of it. Go ahead, what part didn't you? We don't have to do that, because I haven't done it to you.
Was she nurturing?
Well, I guess if you could say, I don't think she was as nurturing as she could have been. She thinks she was. If you ask her, she was.
What does that mean?
No, I said, I think she could have been more nurturing. If you ask her, she was. Well, I run it down like this. I say that I believe when she got, I think she was tough on me because she always said that the reason she was tough on me because I knew what I was doing. She said that my siblings didn't. So she said they needed more help. But I tried to let her know, well, I felt forgotten. When you felt like I could do, I knew better and they didn't, I felt like you cared more about them than me.
All right. So that's a valid point. It's a matter of degree, but there
Can
was
you,
nurturing
Andre?
there.
I love you, King. Can you let him finish, please?
Sounds
Please.
nurturing to me, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so that's what, because and many people have heard her come on my show. She comes on my show a lot. My mom's a pastor. Um, so our relationship is one of, I felt like I would not want my daughter to go through that. I wouldn't. I think that there's a lot of things that went on in the household that shouldn't have went on. Like, I felt like she punked my stepdad. She did not allow that man to be a man. So all I saw was women punking men. I thought that was an ugly thing to do in front of a child, to see that. You should not grow up seeing that these women are running over these men. But that's what we saw. Men were never valued in
Look,
pretty
they
much my
quiet
family
in the
like that.
motherfucker.
The last man that was valued was probably my grandfather and my uncle. Every other man, his job is to work, give somebody some money, and go to jail doing it. I think my family did a whole lot of looking up to thug men, and the kids saw it. I think they undervalued education. I was a part of that, where because you were being educated, again, she said she thought I knew what I was doing, so I didn't need the help. But it doesn't look good when I see you send money to a sibling that's in jail, but the other sibling who's in college, he just has to just figure it out.
Facts.
I mean, a lot of that goes back to the trauma that we experienced as a community, right? We've been disincentivized to go into the labor force in many ways. We've faced discrimination and
What the
abuse,
fuck?
over the years, right? Like,
Well, I want
obviously,
her
we
to
made
keep asking
strides to do
questions. I
things.
want
We
to.
do need more accountability.
Well,
What
I
the
want
fuck?
her to be able.
What
I don't want her to
discrimination
think
got to
that
do
I
with
run from
him?
anything, because I like when people ask questions and I'll answer it. So I want her to be able to get every question out. And if there's any other women out there that would like to come up here, if I know that I'm talking about you or anyone else, I like for them to be able to push back. I don't want a one-sided argument. And probably the first half of the show was just one-sided because everybody was agreeing with me. So I want people who are challenging me, you too, Andre, but this is a woman, and I want to let her say it because she said something pretty big. She said, these men are fucking sick. So I'm not
You
really
know
sure how
what?
sick came out of it, but I'm going to let her explain it.
You know what? I will apologize, and I was
Look,
wrong for saying that because I
look.
didn't hear your story. And now
Duh.
that I heard your story,
Look, she felt
I
like,
can
damn.
understand why you feel the way you feel about some black
Oh,
women.
man.
I
It's
can
But
get
it
a
ain't
in
even
better
from my
the
mom's
understanding.
standpoint, but I want to make sure you understand this. I'm 47.
I hear
She's,
you. Okay, I respect that. I respect
you
that. But
respect
in
what
my
part?
opinion, I just say I apologize for saying, some of the men are sick. I just feel like I have a better understanding of why you feel the way you feel, and I'm sorry
Well, I was
that
trying to
you
give you a better understanding,
went
and
through
that's what
what
I
you
didn't
went through.
understand.
You did, and
I
I
didn't, because you
Nah,
haven't
she
heard it.
wanna,
How
she
can you say
wanna,
I
she
did? You
wanna
haven't heard
run
it.
with the mama.
You
because
heard that part. You cannot speak on that part and say that's why you feel the way you feel without, if a person says, no, there's more. You don't say, no,
give
I
me
got
more.
it.
Facts. They ain't trying to fuck with that, Tommy. Somebody flagged him. Uh, Somebody flagged him. It's lame. These motherfuckers be lame as hell. I can take it off of YouTube, man. Uh, this lame as hell. Oh shit. Guess I end this motherfucker. Damn. They done got Tommy up off of there, bro.
tomorrow never dies. I've been on some classic suit and tie like some James Bond shit. A gentleman, but don't mistake my sentiment. Really, I'm a shooter. World in my